Alright, it's time to do the Sunday on February 15th, 2026. This one is by Michael Lieberman, Rebecca Goldstein. Two very familiar names. Uh, and I'm going to take a look at this. Good to the Last Drop, which I think is probably some kind of like a drinking reference. In any case, it will be somewhat helpful to this theme. I think I'm going to do what I usually do and go straight to the bottom, see if that gives me anything. Oh, okay. This is one of those themes where perhaps the thing is in the middle. Yes, this is where it is. Here's the revealer. Things are only going to get worse, or a hint to answering the 7 italicized clues in this puzzle. So we have one, two, three. Where's the other one? 7 italicized clues. So we have another one here. I imagine. No. Oh, maybe it's just sort of scattered throughout the grid, but I'll find them eventually. But let's take a look at what's here. 2 peas in a pod. Let's go ahead with that. To pitch, to throw, could be a tone. Wine, French wine region, could be Pinot, perhaps. No, that's not right. That's a kind of grape, but it's not a region. This is Nat Geo, Science and Nature magazine, familiarly. A chemical element whose use led to the first known law against poisoning is arsenic, because arsenic is poisonous and is used as a poison. Aromatic herb is in sage. Hold tightly is to maybe clench something. This might be escape. Yes, ESC, the top PC key, where jet setters may rub elbows. Perhaps some seats. Plain seats, where jet setters may rub elbows. Something seats. Maybe it's not. What is this? Pitch. To pitch. What is this? What is this word? Tar, har, car, lar, zar, par, tar. Is it tar? Possibly it's something. It's all going downhill, perhaps. French wine region is the Loire wine region, I think. Wheels. Well, a car you might just refer to slangily as wheels, I suppose. That's what it's going for. Speeds of slow-moving traffic are crawls. It's something real. It's not real? I don't know. Shoe with a thick sole. Welly, I think? A welly is like a rain boot or something like that. Maybe it's right. Photo editing technique used to create a smooth transition. So this might not just be the word itself, because it has some kind of theme going, something like that. It might be all going downhill, like for instance. To contribute might be to add something. Like some brief repair jobs or DIY, for instance. If they're very simple, you can do it yourself. A skewered Indonesian dish. What could that possibly be? Product with Pro, Air, and Mini versions is probably a MacBook, right? iPad Air, iPad Pro, iPad Mini. That's what it is. Subscription only website feature. Paywall, perhaps. Oh, it's all downhill from here. That's what it is. Things are only going to get worse. So I'm going to take a look at what exactly is going downhill for each of these. So downhill could mean you just suddenly drop down, or maybe you are going down like a sort of hill, like diagonally in this way. So I'll have to take a look. But the good thing is that this gives me a lot of letters right here, so I can probably just try something here. Mariner's greeting is probably ahoy. Herman Lay, as in Lay's chips, that's right. Muckety muck. I don't know. Conduct inciting an insurrection. Sedition, because you have the Alien and Sedition Acts. For instance, in the when John Adams, I think it was, and sedition is essentially like, it was criticized for just being like a restriction against free speech, for sedition, like sort of treasonous words, I think. Skewered Indonesian dish is satay. People are strange, perhaps is the word. The moon's Maria. I don't know what that's going for. Unresolved parts of a plot. Maybe loose ends? Gonna go with that. That and like plot holes, but I mean, plot is in the clue, so I don't think it would be plot holes. Tops might be lids. You might blow your top, you might blow your lid. In general, lid is just also the top of a lot of things. Org, to which you might provide your bank info. IRA is not right because that's not an org. That's just a retirement account to which you might provide your bank account info. IRS, sorry, that's right, IRS. Renewable energy structure. Renewable energy. Or perhaps it's an energy structure that is renewable? Mouthy is oral, sort of related to the mouth. Then what could this be? A dam. Yeah, a dam is a source of renewable energy. That's right. Lost attraction. You might slowed, slid, I don't know. The moon's Maria. Which I can't figure out what that's going for. Here's another italicized clue. Maybe I should get this one. Sorry, yeah, there's this one. And oh, okay, so it seems like the word here is at the end of each of these. So it's all downhill from the word here, and you have all of these heres here. So maybe this is doing something. Well, it certainly is doing something, but I imagine that all of these italicized clues have the word here at the end. Let's confirm this. Let's check it. Let's look at this, and see if I can get these. Lead into a conclusion. Lead into a conclusion. This is Mega Millions, so that seems right. Some addresses are URLs, and dos and cuatro is seis for 6. Fruit, also known as a unique, is an ugly, so I think it's a Jamaican fruit, and it looks very wrinkly. You can't make me, for instance, might be some sass. Leading to a conclusion, you might say thus, something else. Litmus paper in a lab. So you have a litmus test to test, I think, is pH of a liquid. Depressed. I suppose it could be sad. I mean, it's not entirely an accurate description, but I think it could be right. Skin softener. Could be a balm, could be ointment, but it doesn't work here. Latin list ender is et al, I believe. Immodest. If you're not modest, what could that be? Horn contents at a Viking feast. Perhaps this is ale? Is that it? Ale? Wait, are we done? So I still don't know what the here thing is here, but anyways, let me just go to the other ones that are here because it will just give me more letters to work with, which is always a good thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have this one, I think. No, where's the other? Where are the other italicized clues I haven't got? Oh, this one. There's also here, and got that one already. Wait, are we done? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where could the 7th here be? Is it possible it is this one itself? 7 italicized clues. It's not italicized clue. Where's the italicized clue? Man, I can't even find words. I don't know. I don't know why I can't find it, but it's got to be around here somewhere. Just completely destroy with a blast Gaia by another name. Maybe it's in a down. Maybe it's one of the downs. I don't know if that would be right. I think this was probably only the across. Okay, I don't know, but I'll come to it later. In any case, there was this one singer who was the fastest ever to reach 1 billion views on YouTube is Adele, because she was saying hello. I didn't know any of these other things, but it is a fun fact. And hello was a very famous song, so it makes sense. Some bridge positions are easts. I only know this because you have some positions like being the cardinal directions, and easts is kind of a word that can only be clued as a bridge position. You can't have multiple east of something else. One's pressed for cash. I think it's ATMs. See, I was talking about this yesterday. You have some. I mean, I need to confirm that this is actually the right answer. But I'm fairly certain that this is right. One's pressed for cash, and there's no indication that this is an acronym because ATM is just such a common phrase. Like it's not ever referred to as anything else. But let me first actually confirm that this is correct before I say anything more about that. In hot water, could be bathing, I suppose. MLB team that once went by the OAK on scoreboards is the Oakland A's, I think. MLB team that once went by the, which I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Muppet Who Loves Pigeons. No idea. Rhoda actress Valerie. I've definitely seen this name before, and it's frustrating me that I can't remember it. So poor on my part. My life is over. I don't know. Walked gingerly. Sort of creeped. Sort of I don't know actually. Chalice is a cup. It should be where jet setters may rub elbows. Where would a jet setter go? Like a lounge, sort of an airport lounge? Use salt instead of sugars to air. Make a mistake. Oh, armrest. Might rub elbows on armrests. That's right. Royal titles. Royal title rather. What could this be? Countess. Royal title is heir. Perhaps is that a title? Can't think. I don't know actually. Maybe it's not cupped. I'm ruined. Perhaps my life is over. You might say I'm ruined. Game piece in Rummy Cub. No idea. Walked gingerly. Royal title might be Emir. That's right. Someone royal in the Emirates, for instance. Okay, so what is this? Version of a textbook designed for instruction. Teacher edition. Oh, teacher edition. That's what it is. Teacher edition, because it goes downhill. It just makes a turn going down like this. Nice. Okay. Now I understand what's going on here. So the word here, it becomes reinterpreted as teacher edition, like that. So, okay, now I understand this. Okay, so this, let me get this one. Game piece in Rummy Cub is a tire? A tine? Walked gingerly is, it's not pimped. Oh, limped, maybe. Walked gingerly is limped. A tile, that's right. Okay, tile in Rummy Cup. Yeah, of course. How did I not think of that? LeBron James or Nikola Jokic are NBA stars. And what is it? Muckety muck. The Bob? Is that? I mean, that's a word, but it means like it means sort of like a wealthy British guy in like colonial India, as far as I remember. But I'm gonna go with that because Chicago paper informally is the Tribune. Grilled South American fare. What kind of foods do they have? I think it's arepa in South America. I believe so. Natural attraction. Perhaps affection? No. Natural attraction. Natural attraction. Can't think of what that is. World's first billion-dollar corporation. Don't know either. To look into. So it might not be arepa. Well, what else could it be? I don't know, but I'm going to see what else I can get. So delicate as beauty. So I need to be looking at this and then going down like that. Same thing with this one. Maybe this would actually help me. Well, actually, now I have a lot of things that could help me, really. So completely destroy. Oh, something to smithereens. Something to smithereens. To completely destroy with a blast. So some word to smithereens, which is probably right. Many middle schoolers are tweens. What a relief, probably few. Poetic contraction is o'er, standing for over. Resident of Ayrshire, Lanarkshire is a Scot. Dress down. To dress down. To cheapen, maybe? Maybe figuratively you would cheapen if you dress down. Lost traction might be slid. Doodled. Drew. So it's not to dress down is to choose something? I don't know. Globe-like shape is a spheroid. I suppose a spheroid is sort of like an ellipsoid, where it's like a sort of elongated kind of sphere. It's not perfectly spherical, maybe. Certain public transit network. something way, maybe? Tramway. Sorry, yeah, tramway seems right. I think that's what it's going for. Sharpness is probably wits. You might have wits, you might have sharpness. Salon substance. Um, salon substance. Was it moose? I know moose is a. Well, it could be. Circa is around. Then what is this? World's first billion-dollar corporation is U.S. Steel. That's right. U.S. Steel was one of the first things by I think it was Rockefeller, and that was, I guess, the world's first billion-dollar corporation. It's quite remarkable because that was in the 1800s. But maybe it grew to $1 billion later on. But U.S. Steel was founded in around that time, the 1800s. Conical shelter is a teepee. It looks like a cone. That's right. To look into might be to explain. You might look into, or I don't know, in some case, explore perhaps. To explore something, that's right. Frequently, poetically, is oft. Often, for instance. A delivery person's assignment is a certain route, RTE for short. More sardonic. Sardonic. Sardonic sounds like sort of like a sad, kind of depressing word. As far as I can remember, that's kind of what it means. So I don't know. Truer? I don't know. Freer could, I mean, don't know really. But I'm sure it'll come to me at some point. And I still have more of these to look at. Delicate as beauty. Delicate. Don't know. Fixed as mistake. What might this be? Fixed. Retyped or rewrote. With an L here, doesn't work. Small songbird. Tomtit? Is that a word? I think it is. Something. I think something there is. Is that all there is? So it's not sad. Is that all there is? And it goes down like that, which is very nice. Skin softener is aloe vera, for instance. Depressed is might be low. Immodest might be lewd. So you might make a lewd statement, sort of dirty like that. Delicate as beauty. So I don't know if it's tomtit still, but it seems all right. To throw is to yeet. All right, maybe I'm more convinced about this. Respelled as mistake. You might respell it. Reality TV franchise created by Tyra Banks was top model. That's right. Top model. What is this? I think this was the Co Valley, and don't know anything else other than that. No. Sorry, it's not that. Is it Co? Because I know Co was actually a school in like North Carolina or something like that. So maybe it's not. I only know because it sounds like a location named Co. Insomnia, perhaps. Maybe Knob Valley? To throw modern... Well, No Valley could work, I suppose. Oh, it's Knob Hill. Perhaps it's No Valley. Which I didn't know, actually. Natural attraction is an affinity to something. A more sardonic is... more sardonic. Drier, perhaps. Yeah, sort of dry comedy, I suppose. County in western New York could be Erie. Erie Canal goes through, for instance, goes through New York. Could be right. Rest area, bed, perhaps a bed. Not as in like a road trip, but just genuinely where you go to rest. Lower body exercise is a knee bend. Occupational suffix is an. I think it would just go with IER. You have like hotelier, sommelier, cashier. I suppose could also work. JFK predecessor. I think it's Dwight D. Eisenhower. So what is this? Had a brain fart. Perhaps this is EER, as in like a racketeer, cannoneer, things like that. So I don't know. IER could also have worked, but I think this is right because this looks like it's an ED for had a brain fart. PD alert. That's a police department, so just like APB, I believe. Prefix meaning son is helio. Heavens to Betsy. Dear me, perhaps. This looks like it's la-di-da, for instance. Like sarcastic response to a show-off could be la-di-da. That seemed right too. Had a brain fart is blanked. Smoothed out is ironed out. And fair hiring unit is equal opportunity of employment. So it could be EEO or EOE. I think EOE is, it might be the, I think that might be alternate spellings. You have EEOC, which is the committee for that, the government committee for equal employment. But this is NOHO, which is right. Sort of opposite of SOHO. Sack fly result. I believe sack fly is referring to baseball. And one of those things that I see in baseball is like RBI, which is runs batted in. So you might have a run batted in if you have a sack fly, I suppose. Which, you know, I mean, I don't know exactly like how baseball works, but I know enough to think that that's probably the right answer. Muppet who loves pigeons could be Bert. Seems about right. It's one of those most well-known Muppets. Shortage. Shortage might be a length? No, I don't know. I'll come back to it. Mucho. Much. A lot. Many. I don't know. ATMs, I'm pretty sure is right. Oh, let me take a look at this one. So Gaia by another name is right. It's Mother Earth. It's all downhill from here, and it just ends in here, and it goes down like that. It's very nice that they're all sort of at the end. The word here goes at the end. So that's good. I like it. Brought out. Oh, okay. Shortage is a dearth. Dearth sounds like it would have been like a surplus, honestly, with the way that it sounds. You have like a dearth of problems or something. I don't know. I don't actually know this word. Like I don't use it in real life, but I've heard of it and I just mistook the meaning of it. Okay, let's just look at this one. Brought out. I don't know. No time at all. Don't know how much this actually helps me. Ferreira? I think Herrera, perhaps. Carolina Herrera. I think that's one of those names. Segment on a timeline, perhaps, is an era, a historical era. In hot water, could be steeped, like a tea bag could be steeped in hot water. No time at all. Oh, no time at all. At once, but that's not right. Mucho could be lotsa, perhaps. Lots of, for instance, lotsa, mucho. Let's see. Valerie Harper, perhaps that's what it is. Oh, and this is froth, right. No time at all could be a flash. So something could be done in a flash. It could be done in no time at all. So it passes the substitution test in that sense, where you can find a phrase where you can substitute the answer for the clue in the phrase. So brought out could be trotted out, could be brought out, trotted out. What is ATH? The athletics, I suppose. Once went by OAK on scoreboards, but I suppose now they just go by ATH for the Oakland A's. The A stands for athletics, which is kind of strange, you know. It's not really like a character or anything. It's not an animal or anything. It's just the A's. Behind is Tushy. So the moon's Maria is seas, which I don't understand. But I suppose the moon pulls at the seas, like pulls the tides. Maybe that's what it's going for. Something taken every 10 years is a census in the US. Completely destroy with a blast. I don't know. The exchange error. I think it's CNBC, because the exchange makes me think this is about business, sort of like CNBC is about the commercial side of things. Do a little too well is to char, for instance, a piece of meat. To a flaw in an argument is a whole. Oh, blew to smithereens. That's the phrase. Squabbles are rows, like small arguments. An unknown author is blow to smithereens. Sorry, to completely destroy. Yes, and this is anonymous. And discouraged action is a no-no. It's a taboo. Okay, to wear out, it might be to tire someone out, for instance. It's something real. It's been real? I don't know. What could this word be? I'm struggling to think of a phrase. Struggling to put words together. Let's look at this. Part of an equestrian ensemble, so a horse rider should be a strap? Or a stirrup. Don't know. Is this right? Wellness resort offering is a spa. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is right then. Lit up in a way. In a good mood, perhaps. Ruby look-alike. Don't know. Made younger, looking in a editing studio. Maybe I thought this would be de-aged, so perhaps it's not welly. Less challenging is easier. Okay, no, I'm convinced. Okay, so what is this? A sole with a shoe with a thick sole. Uh, is it possibly a wedge? Sounds like it could be a word that means a shoe. Oh, garnet is a ruby look-alike. Then lit up in a way it was ignited. Then a dueling weapon in fencing is epee. And what is this? Rads, units in X-ray. That's right. Part of an equestrian ensemble. Breeches. I think it's the pants that they wear. Company used to make slurp behind the machine for Slurpees is iced tea. And what is this? Beverage infused with THC. It's not drier, it's ryer. So like sardonic humor, for instance, could be wry humor. Then this is weed tea. I've never heard of that before, but I suppose you could make tea with that. If you can make all kinds of products with weed in it, then why not make it with tea? It's been real. Sure. I mean, I did put that there, but I wasn't convinced that it was right. But now I know. Now I know. Okay, philosophy symbolized by yin and yang. I think it's Taoism. It's one of those Eastern philosophies, aside with Confucianism. And I think legalism was the other one. Legalism is not very popular anymore. It just says like that humans are evil and that you have to like use strict rules or something to govern them. It's sort of a Thomas Hobbes idea as well. Let's see, what is this? Tai Chi. That's right. And what is this? Something technique used to create a smooth transition. Is something edge, maybe? Can't think of what that is. Fort Collins School. I think it's what was this? The Virginia Military Academy? VMA? I don't know. I'll come back to it later. To shell out might be to spend money. Maybe a video game character aptly celebrated on March 10th is Mario. Right, just look at that, Mario. I don't know, like it's kind of riding the line between sort of duplicated. It kind of just gives you the answer in here, which is nice, Calls to task. Calls to task. Don't know. Bicyclist setting is a gear. Oh, you might page someone, as in like you might sort of call them up. I was just thinking I could only think of pages as in like pages like in Yellow Pages perhaps, when you call someone, but pages could also just mean like you maybe page a doctor, I think. Oh, okay. This was the last italicized clue that I failed to see. It's quite a small one. So it's in back, at the rear. And you have here at the end again, which is nice. Queen of the Fairies. This seems like Queen of the Fairies might be like the wife of Oberon in Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night Dream, because that's the only time I remember King and Queen of Fairies. I've heard of Oberon and just can't think of who the queen is. China's largest ethnic group is Han Chinese. Condor is the largest bird in North America. Then what is this? Next on my list. Or condor, sorry. Candor is, I keep mixing them up. Candor is like honesty, like just sort of very frank and discussion. Condor is the largest bird. That's right. Stretchy is dramatic, perhaps, but drastic, perhaps, is stretchy. Maybe? Fort Collins School, I don't know. It should be you, right? Actually, I'm not sure. Duchess of something, noted Spanish title. What is this? Maybe it's not drastic. I don't believe it's drastic. Let me just see if I can figure out what this is. Something their edge. Smoother edge? To create a smooth transition. We're so close. It's just this bit here. Wealthy sort. Fat cat, I would have thought it would be. Oh, Taoism, but it's pronounced Taoism. I suppose that's how people pronounce it. But a fat cat, that could work. Um, in this case, Duchess of, don't know. Is this feather edge? I suppose that's right. To create a smooth transition is a feather edge. Stretchy is elastic. Sorry, that's right. It's not drastic. It's elastic. So what is this? Duchess of Al uh Alta? It could be next on my list. Um what is this? Tirania? Tinania? Ah, man, I can't remember this answer. Um okay, but this is it though. Next on my list. Um CSU, so perhaps what it is, a university seems right. Um, about so, perhaps. About to. Sorry, about to. If you say, "I'm about to do," like, "Are we about to do something?" You might say your response might be like, "Next on my list," um, which means about to do something. All right. There it is, done in half an hour, which is not bad. Let's take a look at all of these themed ones here. So again, to completely destroy with a blast is to blow to smithereens. Mother Earth. And the thing that I like about this is that you never have the word here literally in the new reinterpreted clue answer. Sorry. It's always, for instance, over here, it might be split into Mother Earth. Same thing here with Feather Edge. What is this? Teacher edition. So it seems that the most common way to split it is with HER, and then E begins the next word. But here is a there. So here is part of the word there. Is that all there is? So it's all downhill from here. It's a very clever way to reinterpret this because the word here is just sort of literally in all of these. It's all downhill from here signals that it goes downhill. And downhill just means like dropping vertically. Um, Sort of the way that I imagined this at first was it would go diagonally across like that. But, you know, I feel like that's sort of the less default option when you have something going down. You just have it go straight down, which is, that works. That works. So let's take a look at any. Um, I believe there were a few question mark clues here. I can just call a few of them, look at a few of them, because there are too many clues in Sundays to go through all of them, really. And I think I've talked a bit about these. But anyways, in hot water is, I think, my favorite one, really. Um, because it is just such a clean, nothing, no loose ends in this. It's very clear and it's very specific to steeped as well, and it's a very different reinterpretation. So in hot water is always used figuratively to mean you're in a lot of trouble. But in hot water in this case just means like literally just in hot water. It's very elegant. And steeped is a very specific word for that, which is, it's very nice that like you could find such a word, that there was such a word where you could have such a specific um, definition for that in this case, for this question mark clue. Other one that I saw was paged, which was, I believe it was pages, sorry. Calls to task. Um, I suppose that like calls to task is in general not like actually making a physical phone call. It's more so you're just like calling upon someone, like delegating a task. You might call to task. So perhaps pages means calls to task. Although I'm not quite sure what the to task is. Maybe pages means like you're calling up a doctor or certain for an appointment specifically for them to achieve a task. Which could be the case. Yeah, but sure, I'm okay with that. I still don't know what this is going for. The Tushy Moons Maria. Um, but I suppose it's all right though. I mean, at least even if I didn't know that, I could still get all of these ones after that. So yeah, um, it was a good Sunday. I think it's always a good Sunday when I can solve it without having to need any hints or have to search up anything. Very clean fill, which is something I quite like. Yeah, and also as soon as I solved it, there were no like Ron squares, which is always a bit of frustration for me. But nothing like that this time. It's been a good week. Yeah. this one was a nice puzzle.